Ugh. And we're back with another album review. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Matt from Diazable, coming at you with another album review. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. If not, hi. So today we're checking out the band Kataklysm. I think I said it right, with their newest album, Goliath. Yeah. So a little bit about this band is they come from, I think, Montreal, Canada. They've been doing death metal and like heavy ass music for about 30 plus years now. And this is their latest album. I think they've had a total of 5 albums maybe out in their whole career. I've always seen this band's name everywhere, but for some reason I just never checked them out. I don't know if it was because they were too death metal or the people that were listening to them weren't really my friends or something. I don't know. I just every time I would look at this band or hear this band name, there was no interest of like, I want to check them out. And now that I'm talking about thinking about, I think what always got me was I think these were just I thought maybe it was just too old for me, like old guy metal or something, and I just wasn't into that at that time when I was getting into death metal and stuff. And years went by, I never checked them out, and now we're here where I'm trying to expand my music palette. So yeah, let's check out this review for Goliath. I never thought I would say this before, but the drums might be too tight. Like they're just playing too well here. The drums overpower the song because all y'all can hear on this song is the kick drum for most of the song. Guitars are really heavy and riffing really hard. The song does get better when there's less double kicks distracting you. The vocals have a really hefty sound to them, but they get drowned out by the drums. Very black metal performance in terms of the drums playing and everything with the blast beats and everything. The bass cuts through the double bass for the drums and everything, and you can hear the bass. But overall, the most distracting thing was I just kept getting distracted by the drums here. And too much of a good thing might be a bad thing sometimes. I want to say that the groove here with the drums is definitely more balanced and sounds better than the opening track. Guitars are also very groovy and solid. Drums are a bit more simpler, and the lyrics are all like just okay. So it's a pretty bearable song, I think. The drums are really balanced on this track compared to the first 2 tracks. They're not overwhelming, they just sound just right. Guitars are really rocking. The chorus on this song is really catchy. It's got great vibes and everything. The double kicks are used just right here too, like just at the right moments. There's some really good drum rolls here, and overall the pacing on this song is really great. So I want to play a clip of Die as a King. Oops. Yeah, it's got a really good chorus. The start of the song is a bit slower than the other songs, but it's a bit messy as well. But once it really kicks in, it does some real damage in terms of like being like groovy and heavy and everything. They got a really good flow towards the real start of the song. They change up the guitars a bit in terms of playing and everything, more versatile playing here, and the song structure is definitely different from the other songs. They got some really like low and quiet parts, and then they bring it back in and go like heavy and hard. So overall, it's not a bad song, but it's not really a great song either. It's just right in between. The guitars sound really heavy and dense here, and we got some vocal fries to help switch up the vocalist's style and everything. They sound really good too. Drums sound less intense here, but they really go well with the song. Like they pull them back a bit, but they flow really well. The lyrics kind of bare bones and just kind of typical metal stuff, so it does the job. You got some really good bass tuning here that at times kind of get overpowered by the drums again. So I would say the drums, they can be impressive, but a bit overpowering here on this track. And still consistently throughout the whole song, the bass got a really good feel to it. I get lots of Black Dahlia Murder vibes here. And overall, I would say it's a very decent metal song. So I'm going to play a clip of From the Land of the Living to the Land of the Dead. Something about the guitar work just really reminds me of the Black Dahlia murder. The guitar work here is really simple, but also has a very large and devastating sound to it. The drum fills have a nice hollow feel to it and everything. And the way they blend all the instruments on this track sound really good. Overall, it's just a hard-hitting metal song on this track, I think. And the drums, they do a really good job of being quickly executed and just coming in at the right time. It's just a very fast metal song that's done pretty well. Like it's not overly technical and it's not really sloppy. It's in the pocket. This song, for some reason, reminds me of the previous song, but just poorly done and overly repetitive. Nothing about it was really interesting, I thought. By the end of the song, I thought it was kind of boring and not interesting. So I'll play a clip of Heroes to Villains for you. Doesn't sound that interesting, personally. The bass here is a lot slower and you can really feel its presence and it's really nice. The riffs are really simple and they got a fun groove to it. The drumming is really nice here. They switch things up and go like in a slower and groovier sound here with a solid guitar riff at the end. But overall, it's still just like, yeah, it's all right. You got more aggressive sounding guitars here and the drums are really pulled back and they're just hitting really well. The bass, good groove throughout the whole song, and the band sounds really, really tight here. Like they're on it. There's some large breaks in between the song to help the flow of the song and like help it breathe a bit. And then once like all that slowness comes down, they kick it right back in and they sound really good. So this is a really good closing song, I think. So this album is called Goliath, and I can see what they were trying to do here in terms of making this album seem huge, large, a Goliath. I get it. But because of that, I think that hugeness kind of overpowers a lot of the songs here. And namely, what I'm talking about is the drums. The blast beats on here, which are impressive. Blast beats are not easy to do and do them consistently. That's impressive. But maybe because the way they're mixed and mastered and just layered, they almost sound too powerful. And they just drown out a lot of the other instruments where all I'm focusing on is on the blast beats, which if that's what they were trying to do, then yeah, it did its job. But in terms of being well balanced, I think the drums are just too powerful and take away from a lot of the songs. Now, when they do go slower and pull the drums back a bit, I feel like the songs feel more fleshed out and more well thought and everything. Like they just seem well put together because you can hear all the instruments playing well together. And these guys can play well together when they slow things down, and you can hear them all. Like the riffs are really got some good boldness to them. The bass is really nice and thick and chuggy. Vocals are nice and everything, but the drums can overpower on this album. And when it's not overpowering, they sound really good together. And then I would say the vocals, that's another strong thing here, but also they're not doing too much besides a few vocal fries here and there, and they just sound okay. And just they're not wrong, they're not bad, they're not good, they're just doing their job, and I can respect that. Guitar sound really good, like I said, got a good boldness to it, good groove to it. Bass is groovy as well. And I guess mixing with the large drums and the production, maybe the production wasn't the greatest here because all I could hear was the blast beats and the drums all the time, which, you know, sometimes that's good, but not all the time. And so I would say my first experience with Kataklysm, this album Goliath, I would give it a solid 7 out of 10. Yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think this album was like. If I missed anything from Kataklysm, is there other albums I should check out from them? I don't think this is gonna turn me away from them, but other than a few tracks, I don't know if I would listen to a lot of what they got going on. But I still respect what they do. Mad respect. So this is Matt from Diazable. New video over here. Links down below. Check me out. And until next time, bye.
When you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you. When